And we live, y'all. Hey, usually there's a countdown. The StreamYard likes to play with me today. So there won't be a countdown. So this is your boy James, and you're watching my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews, where I am here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. Not
StreamYard
gonna
get on
happen.
my nerves.
Right, not gonna happen in this video. And it could have. No, I'm just playing, it probably wouldn't have. But yes, but joining me as always, my girl Mrs. Best. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. Any recaps or reviews that I don't do personally, we do on her channel. I can guarantee you. We have Love and Hip Hop Miami coming back. Y'all not going to miss this, especially because Black China has announced that she will be joining the show. And we have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and everybody knows my favorite housewife on my favorite Bravo housewife is Sudden Strike. So y'all make sure
Hmm.
y'all do not miss that, y'all. But hey, we are here for Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 9, Episode 2, Throuple in Paradise, review and recap. Y'all excuse my noise in the background. You know, it's a football Sunday, so my family gets passionate. Sorry about that, but you know what? We're going to live to fight another day. So the episode opens up with the dinner table and, you know, Stormy letting out the bag that, you know, Millimeter came to her, place of employment, her business, and was causing a ruckus. She hit the live button on her phone, and the person used that actual information to get a charge on her, which is harassing communications, and Stormy got served a warrant to go to jail. Mel sitting there with a stone face on her face, like, okay, hold it. And Stormy asked her, well, how do you feel about that? And so Shanita speaks up and she goes, well, what do you want her to feel like? How do you want her to respond to that? Like, what was the situation and everything? And Mel's like, I'm not going to respond to that. And in Mel's confessional, she said that we're all multimillionaires on this cast. We know what to do in these situations. Hello, 911. There's a person on the premises that is not supposed to be here. Can you please send a car to remove this person? Please and thank you. And I agree with Mel. That's exactly what story. I think I even said that on my video. Where is the security guard? Where is the police? Why didn't you call them? Why do you think you arguing with this lady was supposed to resolve that whole situation? So it was crazy. And she did. Mel looked over it. I would have been too because it'd have been like, you're not going to blame me or blame someone who follows me who decided to have some infatuation with me.
Mel made the best point in the confessional.
Yeah.
At the level, especially Stormy, at the level that you are at with your success, in the limelight and spotlight, especially, you should know better than to come outside and start cursing or threatening people for anything, over anything. So that's just how I felt about it. But at the same time, I understand her wanting Mel to be like, oh, I wish this didn't happen to you. But at the same time, I feel like Mel don't care. I feel like she liked that they do that, but she'll never admit it. But she probably appreciates it in some weird, sick way because why not say, hey, don't be playing with people's businesses and stuff?
Like I said, I agree. She could say something. She could say something to say, "Hey, look, y'all, I'm not with y'all going to people's places of businesses and messing it up, or thinking you have the right to go to somebody and tear up their stuff." Like I don't, I agree with that to some extent, but to hold her responsible for it is where I kind of draw the line at. I
No,
can't be.
it's not holding. That's why Stormy says state where you stand because it's not holding her responsible for it. But these people are doing this because they think that she's okay with this type of behavior. Like Shayna said, you cannot control what other people do, but at the same time, you can let people know that you're not okay with this type of behavior, especially as a producer on this show. You're providing their work environment with something and your fans are making it more difficult. Now, I'm not saying Stormy wasn't wrong in some way. I do agree that she was wrong, handled the whole situation wrong, but I think Mel could at the very least say that, I'm sorry that this situation resulted in you going to jail, but this is not my fault. Like, at the very least, show some type of empathy. But Mel did look over it.
Yeah, and I felt like she didn't really handle it to the best of her abilities. I feel like yes, she could have had empathy and related where Stormy was coming from, but at the same time, like she said in her confessional, "Hello, police, come get this lady. I'm not gonna play with her." I have yet to see anyone defend her when she's dragged. Shake my damn head. No, no, who you talking about, Mel or Stormy? Just to make sure, I think you talking about Mel, and I haven't either. If we're talking about Mel, I have not either. I have not seen anybody actually stick up for Mel when Mel goes through her thing, especially with Martell and then dragging. I think it was who was it that just dragged her not that long ago? Wasn't it Tasha K that just dragged her for talking about she was sleeping with her married security guard? I didn't hear anybody come out and say, y'all know Mel ain't gonna do that, or why would we talk about Mel? Let her be. I didn't see nobody come out in defense of her, and that just happened not that long ago.
That's
So,
true. That is true. That's what makes the situation hard to judge for me though, because I'm like, this cast has not been good to her,
mhm.
especially through something as sensitive as a divorce. They did kind of treat her like shit through her divorce, which was yeah. But at the same time, it does. Stormy saying state where you stand, but the way that she's coming at her and doing it on TV, it does kind of look like she's trying to hold Mel responsible for some people that she can't control. But either way, she cannot control what her fans do. And I think that's very important for everybody on the cast to understand. You know, the cast wants
Absolutely.
to be on the show, but they fail to understand it's the world of reality. Yeah, even if there's not millimeters, there's some type of other meter. Like everybody on television or in the limelight's gonna accumulate a strong fan base, and some of them people gonna be crazy. That's just what happens.
What was the TV show I said I would go on? Because I made this point in on your live. Oh, it was Martha's Vineyard. Great. I'm gonna make a great point, you guys. I drag every single last one of those cast members on that show, with the exception of maybe one or two. I don't drag them. I love them. That was Noel, and I forgot what the other one was. I said I will go on that show and read everybody to their face and not care what the whole world thought of me and led by example and would not care one way or the other because I know what I'm signing up for. I know exactly what I signed up for. And I signed up to, not only to get a check, but to make sure I give good reality TV. That's what we're doing. Love and Marriage Huntsville is no different than that. You're on a TV show that you're going to be here. You're going to get judged. You're going to have crazy people come out of nowhere at Home Depot and scream when they see you. That's just how it is. Like, y'all had to understand that this is what this was going to come with. And I think that was Mel's point the entire time. When Mel said Stormisha, I giggled. Oh, I didn't even hear that. When did she say that? Oh, wow. Because that's funny. Not Stormisha. But they end up, letting that go because you're not getting through the mail. And, Stormy's point's not getting read. So they end up moving. So Tisha brings up Trish and this whole situation with Martell. And y'all, when I tell y'all I forgot about Trish, I totally forgot about Trish.
I really was just absolutely kerfuddled, just bothered at the amount of weight on top of Trisha's head. Now,
I literally
I don't like
said,
Trish. I do not like Trish. She makes my teeth itch in the wrong types of ways. She gets on my nerves. And I know you about to go down a bunch of stuff. When watching this, James, my head hurt. My
I
head
forgot.
hurt.
I forgot about her. I really did. Like I did not remember. I had to go back and rewatch our lives because I didn't know where I stood. I didn't know what happened. I'm like, who the fuck is Trish, and why we need to ask her anything right now? She's just there, ain't she? Just there. So they said, didn't you train Martell? You went to his house to train him, and Trish said, yeah, I went to his house, but only to train him. And Stormy said, friend. Me, you, and Destiny was at the gym, and I asked you specifically, did you go to Martell's house? Because Martell said you only came there. He didn't imply anything. He just said you were at the house. She goes, oh yeah, I'm Stormy. Yeah, when you asked me, I was just pissed, and I didn't want to talk about it because overall, all I did was to train him. But yeah, I went to his house and everything, and all this, and I'm looking at her like, ma'am. First off, let's make some things clear here. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you went to his house to train him as he confirmed at the end of this episode. I don't believe it was none of that. I believe you was over there and you was just trying to have meaningful conversation, and then it turned into he probably tried to try you and maybe you backed off. Because I don't believe Martell inviting you over to the house just to watch The Little Mermaid and eat some popcorn. I don't believe that at all. Martell don't give me that kind of guy. If you come into Martell's house, he has agendas. That's just how I look at him. So I didn't believe her when she said that. I didn't believe her that. And even Nell said, and I don't, Nell, and I said, Nell, this is when you don't need to chime in. But Nell said, well, let's not act like Martell ain't fine as fuck. Let's not act like that now. So, yeah, and I'm looking at Nell like, Nell, what point are you trying to make here? What point are you trying to make here? Because Nell was getting on my her. I was like, why does that even? What does that matter? And she goes, everyone looking at Nell like, okay, she's drunk, obviously, because don't nobody feel like that. Now, aesthetically, yes, I can understand what she's saying, but because we watched him on this show, that's not. No, I don't think there's any girl that I know personally with common sense that would mess with Martell. But we can't get a straight answer out of Trish. This is where I'm leading to. We can't get a straight answer out of Trish. She trained him. That was all that happened, everything like that. And Stormy's looking at her like, girl, you just screwed yourself because everybody didn't look at you like you're lying. And that's exactly how I feel. I feel like Trish is lying. Miss Smith, how do you feel?
She a lie. She lies and lies. Trish just be lying to lie.
But it's
I'm,
not
I'm
like it's a lie, like we're even
it's like
believable.
the way that she's lying, she's painting herself and sending like the wrong message. The more that she lies, the more it makes me think that she probably slept with him. Um, which I don't see the big deal about it, but Trish lies so much. I really just want to understand the timeline of her, Ken, and this
We will
ex-husband.
never get the timeline of Kim and of Ken, the current husband, because they're still technically married today. The current husband and Trish, we'll never get the timeline because according to the stuttering and the bullshit that we got the last episode before we went on hiatus, Trish said that her and Ken started talking. They were DMing each other on Instagram 2015, 2016. Her and her husband didn't split up until 2021, 2022. And then her and Ken didn't move into each other until 2022. You see how much overlap there is?
Oh, she bullshit. Oh,
Like, that's what she said.
she thinks we stupid. That's the part that I think really annoys me about her.
Honestly, and this is all to avoid her saying I cheated.
Because
Like,
why are you DM as a married woman? Mind you, I do music reactions and reviews. I am constantly in communication with other men as a married woman. But outside of business, no. Why are you DMing men that you don't know, getting to know them? You ain't like, I don't understand.
I told y'all, because her husband did the interview with Dr. Heavenly and Carlos, and I believed him. I believed him. I'm sorry. I believed every word. That doesn't mean I don't think I still think he full of shit. And I still think he is somewhat of a deadbeat for leaving her with the kids because you could have took your kids with you. Realistically, you could have. So I'm still not 100% on board with him. But as far as the bullshit when it comes to when Ken started and when Martell ended, whatever that shit was, and the kids, her moving in, I believe that man. I do. Because his story was the only one that was clear and concise. When Trish tells the story, she get to stuttering, get to mixing up the years and the time frames and the overlap and everything, and you never can get a straight answer out of her. So that's why I said her doing this thing made her look stupid because they were going to call you out for lying because you lied to them in the beginning. And this is why you shouldn't lie to people, Trish. I hope this is her last season. I hope Trish, because she's not built for reality TV. She can't even lie straight. And what gave it away for me is their first interaction when she was at Stormy's house and Martell walked in and he said, "Hi, I'm Martell." And she felt slighted by that. That's what gave it away for me just alone. And the other shit that happened just validated that point. I felt like when he slighted her, she felt a way about that. Why would you feel a way about something like that? if nothing happened between you two and he was just being funny. I would have been funny back with him. I wouldn't even have given him the satisfaction of seeing me sweat. But you felt bothered by that. So that makes me believe that something more had to have happened based on your response. So I don't see Patricia. I know. So she can go. I can't wait for the season to be over. So moving on from there, y'all, it's the next day. And Stormy and Trish are going to leave early because Stormy said that her son has his first baseball, softball, t-ball, probably one of them practices. And Trish said that she's missing her daughter's dance recital. It's the last one. This is the first one she's missed since, her daughter's been in dance. And I was like, yeah, yeah. And so they hug. I think it was Kimmy and Destiny that were outside. So they hug them and they leave. And later on, we see Stormy and Tisha at the pool. And Mel comes up and she goes, y'all look comfortable and everything. And so they tell her that Stormy and Trish left. And Mel felt away because she was like, well, damn, they didn't even say bye. Like, they didn't even say goodbye to me. Like, why would they go ahead and leave? And she says, I feel a way about Trish. I do. Not so much about the Martell thing, but it was more so like, we can't really never get a concise answer or story from her. It's always her taking something back or her feeling away. So she goes, I feel a way about her. And they were like, yeah. And, even Kimmy was like, yeah, there's something there because she just seems, off about something. And I'm looking at them like, y'all know that girl. I don't want to say that Carlos was messy and got one of Martell's. I was like, because according to him, he said he didn't know. But y'all know what this is. This was to get under her skin or whatever, Melody's skin. It didn't work because she's over that man. So after they talk about Trish, Melody said that she has another, group plan for them. So to go ahead and get ready. So once the girls get ready, they're on a boat and, they're talking and everything. And it was a very nice, time over there. And then they mentioned Trish again. And Melody had to let the whole crew know that Trish and Stormy left early and she felt away because they didn't say anything. And her friends, especially Shanice's like, they didn't even say bye or anything. And she said no. Mrs. Best, I have a question to ask you. If you planned a trip and you had two guests that left early without saying goodbye to you personally, would you feel away?
Yes, I would. I mean, at least let me know you're leaving. You don't have to say goodbye, but like a text message would suffice, or like I don't need a big dramatic goodbye, but at least let me know you're leaving. If you just leaving, you don't say nothing, no text, no note, no nothing, then I'm gonna think you feel away, especially given the previous conversations. It's
Mm,
rude.
it is rude. It's rude and it's inconsiderate. And I would have felt away as well because I'm like, for me, it's not even so much about you leaving my trip. I need to know that you're safe because we're in a different country. And sometimes anything could happen, y'all. There are lots of movies out there, lots of books, lots of newspaper articles about people going missing, people not being able to leave the country because they've lost their passports, things like that. So I need to know one, you're leaving, and one, I need to know when you make it back to the US safely. So that way I can take that off my plate because I do get that concern. So that's where I kind of was with it. I kind of felt like, if anything, just let me know that you're safe and you're leaving. So that way I know not to worry about you. I don't see you for the remainder of the trip. That's all. So, they begin talking about their children because, Tisha had to text her daughter, directly about how, the house, the vacation, because her daughter wants to be an interior decorator. And I think that that's cute. That was a good thing. And, you know, Nell puts it out the bag that she has Destiny. Have you talked to Lucky lately? And everyone's like, well, who's Lucky? And Nell puts it on her back that that's her son and that him and Destiny, have a little bit of a relationship. And Destiny said, you was not happy about that to be. You said, oh, hell no, which I would have too. But, that's neither here nor there. But, Nell's like, I don't know what it is. He loved him some Destiny, but he just got out of a marriage and everything. And I said, Nell, no offense to you and your child, sweetie, but Lucky can't afford Destiny. He can't. I'm sorry, he can't. Destiny wants somebody with coin, like LeBaric coin. How did you feel about Nell letting that out the bag that Destiny and Lucky be flirting?
Is this one of the children? that was at that horrendous family therapy session
Mm-hmm.
where they sounded somewhat spoiled.
Mm-hmm. That's
He
that one.
not only can he not afford Destiny, he can't afford no woman because most of what he got come from his mama and his daddy.
I'm just saying.
Listen, he needs to go find him a skill, a career, and do that. He said was nail lit the entire trip.
Yes, Nell was
She
looking. Yeah, she didn't realize she asked Sonny that question before. I'm gonna get to that in a minute because that shit cracked me up actually. But but yeah, but I was, I was looking at him. He was kind of cute. He ain't my type, but he kind of cute though. I actually wouldn't. He kind of looked like a range between, a pit bull and a husky. One of them.
be quiet, James.
But anyways, y'all, moving on from there, since HK brought it up, now ask Sunny. She goes, Sunny, are you gonna have any kids? And Destiny, because this is the first time she asked, I feel like the production as Neil asked Destiny that question because or asked Sunny that question because Destiny wasn't there the first time. So that's why they said ask her again. Because they knew Destiny was gonna feel away. So Destiny walked off and Tisha and I believe it was Kimmy walked off behind her, and they were like, "Why would Nell ask her that question? Like, why would Nell do that?" Like, and even Sunny said, "Yeah, that probably wasn't the best time to ask because it is uncomfortable." And I feel like that was the first time I really felt like Sunny really considered Destiny's feelings upon the situation at any point. So it was kind of like, yeah, it was weird. So Destiny takes a minute. He do. He kind of like, but yeah. I mean, those are cute. Those are cute puppies. Sometimes they do. I mean, though he is. No, he is cute. No, that's definitely cute. He can slide in my DMs. I'll answer. You gotta get. I gotta make sure you working though. And I ain't trying to deal with Nail. I can't deal with Nail as a mother for a mother-in-law or like I'm dealing with you. She gives me Nail gives me intrusive. I don't know why. As much as she preaches and hollers about how she want her kids to leave her alone and get cut off, I feel like when they get people, she all up in their business. She gives me that. I don't know why, but she definitely gives me that. But moving on from there, Destiny comes back and Mel was like, "Well, let's recenter and let's talk about." Something about the trip. It could be positive. Just give me a word. And since Tisha was on her phone, Mel was like, Tisha, and Tisha couldn't think of a word off the top of her head. So then she, asked, Shanita and everything. I don't even remember Destiny. Destiny said this trip was a lot, which I can agree with. It's a lot. I think Sunny said it was revealing, which okay. And even Lauren, the quiet one, was like, "Yeah, it was a lot." And Destiny laughed. So she goes, "Why you laughing?" Because she goes, "Because you took my word." And Tisha said that the trip was growthful. Everybody's looking like, is that a word? And growthful is a word. It is. But I was living for Belle's confessional. And she said, I don't know where she learned that word from, but she showed it learned it from her mama. And I was hollering when she said that. Because that's the first thing I thought of was Wanda. So I was laughing with I was, it was fucked up, Belle. That was wrong of you to do. But I was laughing because that's what I thought of too. I thought of Wanda as well. Mrs. Best, how'd you feel about that scene?
Funny as hell.
The growthful. It was growthful. I'm just like, see, shit, you just be doing this
The
on
trip
purpose.
was a mess.
It was. It was terrible.
Okay. I hate when they do that. They was really trying to find like positives about the trip. And it's like, okay, the scenery was nice, but y'all argued the whole time. Before anything went down, there was a whole meltdown over a room. Nell went crazy. Kimmy and Tish came in with attitude, like all sorts of mess. This Sunny and Destiny, then Stormy. Like each day was some more bullshit. But sure, have fun sitting on a catamaran and talk about your spectacular trip. This why I stopped traveling with bitches. Cause I would really go on girls' trips, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna be my therapist. I would really go on girls' trips and they start arguing with each other out. Next thing you know, I'm breaking up fights while drunk. And that's not okay. I said, "Nah, I'm gonna just travel with my husband or Jay."
I'm not going. I will look. I have friends that want me to organize girls trips because a lot of my girlfriends love when I come somewhere with them. I don't know what it is about y'all wanting me to go everywhere with y'all because I'm not that much fun. I'm really not.
You
But
are when you're drunk.
why you at see?
Whole different person.
Anyways, like I was saying, but no. In terms, it was a mess. It was a messier trip. I didn't. I I rather the couples trip. I do. If Love and Marriage Huntsville's gonna do trips, let it be the couples trips. Because watching them ladies, it was just a mess. Some
Now
people didn't get
that makes
along.
sense. That
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense because the show is love and marriage. So I rather see the couples, but then how would Mel lead it? How would they incorporate Martella and all that crap? So that's
the same
probably
way
why they did the girls trip.
the same way they've been doing it. And I feel like, well, here's the thing. Like you started Love and Marriage Huntsville with Martell, and I get a lot of things have happened and transpired since the beginning of the show. But I feel like I would still want them to work out whether they just stay at separate homes. Like Mel take a group of people, then Martell could take a group of people. Like he could have the Scots, and then Mel could have like Tiffany and them. I had to throw Tiffany in there. Y'all know I miss Tiffany. I do. I miss her a lot. But Mel can have that, and then they can just commiserate. And Mel ain't got to go to one dinner. Martell ain't got to go to one dinner. And then it works out for everybody. Because I don't believe they need to be in the same space. They don't. But they could definitely work it out to where Martell could be missing one day, and then Melody could be missing one day, and then there it is. Just have it like that. But speaking of the men get around. They're doing the archery class, which I always wanted to do. I've never actually done this. This is on my bucket list of things to do, and it's actually really cheap here to do in Phoenix. I don't know why I have not done this yet, but they're all getting there, and it's all of the men. We have Chris Fletcher, we have the Scott brothers, we have Moses, you have Courtney, you have who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Moses, Courtney, Chris Fletcher, the Scott brothers, Maurice Marceau, Martell. I was like, who am I missing? Martell's there. So they're all doing the archery, and then after everyone does it and everyone pops the balloons on the bullseye, they all come in. Oh, and Ken. I'm missing Ken too. Yeah, Ken was there as well. So they're talking about the trip and how the girls are, not getting along. Moses especially said that, his wife told him that they were coming after her. He was talking specifically of Destiny, and also he said Trisha, which is Ken's woman. And, Marceau with his messy ass was looking like, little birdie told me that, Trish used to work out with Martell. And Martell's just shaking his head, smiling. And Ken, was like, look, yeah, she said that, she went to his house to train him and everything. And Martell said, oh, I didn't hear it was none of that. I heard it was something different. And Ken goes, well, look, that was before me, so I don't know what really happened. I said, Ken, I don't believe that. You know why I don't believe that it was before you? Is because the way she said it when it came to you confronting her about it. I don't believe that was before you. I believe that was during you. I believe she didn't know which way she was going to go since her husband left. And I felt like
I don't believe them just off the strength that they both, when she introduced them on the show, she said they both got out of relationships and that's how they came together. The timing was way too convenient for you both to be leaving your relationships. I want to know why you both left your relationships because it's probably because you was both talking to each other in your relationships. Because her ex-husband may be a deadbeat, but he's not so angry and emotional doing all these interviews and all of that, arguing with this man on social media for no reason.
absolutely. And then also let's also make something else a point here as well, is that Ken let it out the bag that Trish is not the first time he's been with a married woman. So as soon as he said that, I'm like, oh, so the last woman was married. So did she refuse to get a divorce from her husband too? And you repeating the same cycle? Is that what's going on here? Because when he said that, everyone was looking like, okay. And it was Martell was like, okay, you don't need a story for this. You just need to fill in the blanks. And I said, exactly. That was the perfect read for this Marceau. I don't like Marceau half the time, but that was an excellent analysis because he doesn't. You just need to fill in the blanks. So what this gives me, I'm not gonna say Ken's a home wrecker because I'm not gonna put that out there because it seems like the women are willingly out of the situations. They're just not forming the paperwork. But then there's also no push to shove of them filing that paperwork from Ken. So I don't know if that means that you don't want them to be fully available to you because that means you have to step it up a little bit to be with them. I don't know, but it's something weird about how you choose married women. It's something weird about that. I wish they would have asked why he's with married women. It is weird. No, it is strange. And then it makes me feel like because they're probably not always fully available. And that to me, because I know men like this too, that get with women that are not fully available to them so they can go out and have their little, side pieces, here and there, and not really because somebody has, like, I had one of my guy friends, he's really crazy. I'm not going to say his name because he does watch this shit. He probably watching now. He actually has a girlfriend who has 4 kids. And he has stepped out once or twice in the past. Not so much, I don't know if he does now, but I know in the past he did. And because he was a hoe. And he was said, well, look, she always doing something with the kids, so I can go sneak off. So that's fucked up. And I was like, why are you with her in the first place? And y'all, the reason is stupid. I don't even want to say, y'all put it in the chat if y'all want me to reveal the real reason why he stayed with this lady, even though he was cheating. It is the stupidest thing, and I guarantee you can't none of y'all guess why. But it is the stupidest reason. I'm gonna give you a clue. It had nothing to do with sex. Nothing to do with sex. But yeah, but King gives me the vibe of he's with these women because they're not 100% available to him. Tell it, tell it. All right, I need one more comment, not from somebody other than HK. If y'all want me to tell the real reason why my friend stayed with this lady for as long as he did, then and I'm telling you, it's the most dumbest reason. When I say y'all gonna feel like James, that's real fucking stupid. Are you serious? And I'm gonna say, yep, I'm serious. I'm almost tempted to call him, but I'm pretty sure he watching. I'm pretty sure he is. But yeah, Mrs. Best, how did you feel about it being revealed that Ken was with another married woman before Trish?
I'm not surprised. There's a lot of that's a fetish, like here in the Bay Area amongst men. Like I actually know a group of dudes from North Oakland who do that. And the reason I don't know them is because one of them kept trying to hit on me. And I said, why don't you leave me alone? I only date married women. I said, what kind of shit is that? And you finding them to date? He looked at me and said, yeah. Like, what? Craziness. But I feel like some men have that as a fetish, maybe something sexually. Then the other piece of it could be childhood trauma. The other piece of it could just be that he's just toxic or hiding something. But no matter which way you look at it, the fact that he has done this before is a huge red flag. But
So
Triss is a dingbat, so she's
yeah,
not
she's
gonna catch
slow.
on.
She real slow and stupid. So it's like yeah, she don't that elevator don't go to the top. But okay, so my friend has not left the woman with 4 kids. It's because he told me that she can cook better than his mama. So he wasn't going nowhere. I said, out of all the things you could be with this woman, it's because she cooks better than your mama. I have not had this lady's cooking, so I can't attest to it being good or not. But that is what he told me, is that she can cook better than his mama. So it ain't enough for him to leave her. And I'm like, wow, okay. Now I don't know if that could be the reason why I can't stay with Trisha. Maybe Trish can cook way better than his mama. I don't know. But I just know that that's crazy as hell to me. Um, in the sense, yeah, and when it's funny is that it's stupid, but it is true. It's a way to a man's heart. It is like when you can cook, like men ignore a lot of different shit. They may not do the right thing all the time. So, but yeah. Oh yeah, he was telling me one time about a pot roast that she had made one time, and that he literally went to the store asked her what the ingredients were so she could make it 3 days in a row because it was that fucking good. I'm like, not the same pot roast, okay? Hey. Oh, so he
And
a hoe.
she does it
Yeah.
even when she off with the
I,
kid. Oh, hell
but
no.
here's the thing: I've only been around her 3 or 4 times. I have not been around her that many times, so I don't really know her that well. Like, but from the times that I was with her, she seems cool. Like she does. Like I remember we were at Top Golf and she had to go to the bathroom. And the food came and she said, "Hey James, make sure you watch my burger and my hot wings and stuff. I need to go, make sure that nobody mess with it." And I said, "Damn, she hungry. She like me. She like to eat." So, but I can see it being head but food, please. No, like for real, like some men, like I've never heard of it. Like for me, I've heard of like sex being a thing. I've heard like competition wise, she's fun. Like, go play miniature golf with. She like to some men like challenges. So I could understand that. But when this fool says that lady can cook, I was like, damn. So you've been cheating on her. She got 4 kids, and she's just she's a hands-on mom. Like, because one of her babies was with us at Top Golf, and we were drinking and stuff. Like, why would you bring your kid? And I was on a date too, and I was like, why would you bring your kids and stuff like that? Like, we grown. Like, we don't. I don't want to have to watch my mouth and watch this kid look at me guzzle down some alcohol. Like I'm not one of those. Like I'm one of those guys. Like I like to have fun. So to see a kid there, I'm going to reserve back because this kid may see me in the beginning. I don't want him to say, "Oh, Mr. James, he was guzzling down that mojito. I ain't never seen somebody drink like you." Like I don't want no kid to tell me that. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, no. But she was one of those moms, yeah. So, but yeah, but so I could definitely see Ken going back to Love and Hip Hop. I love and Hip Hop, Love and Marriage Huntsville. I can definitely see Ken being with Trish for a stupid reason. I really can because she doesn't give me like she just doesn't like I don't know, but it's strange. So so we have Martell explaining his side of the story. Him saying that Trish did not come to train him. They was just, they was cool. It was, it was nothing. When it comes to a woman sliding in his DMs, he's one of those men that, if she look good, he might respond to it, might have sex and just keep it moving. And I'm like, oh, okay, nice. I mean, y'all ladies, if y'all want a chance, if you're beautiful and you want a chance with Martell Holt, he just told y'all on this episode to slide in his DMs. And if you look appeasing to him, he may holler back. So there you go. There you have it.
Oh,
And
it's like just
so he pulls, so Martell pulls Moses and Chris Fletcher aside, and he was asking Moses, like, are you sure you and Sonny want to move here? Because I still got the house for sale. And Most was like, well, the rooms ain't big enough. The master's cool, but the other rooms, I can only see that being an investment house or whatever. I can't see that being like a forever home or whatever. And, I got to talk it over with my wife and everything. And I'm looking at him like, oh, God, y'all wasn't finna buy the house no damn way. But anyways, he goes, we need something bigger. And Martell's like, I could build it. I can build a house much bigger than that one. And I said, Martell, you got your builder's license. Martell got the builder's license, y'all. Let me know in the comments if y'all think Martell got this builder's license. I think he got the builder's license, Mrs. Best. Do you think Martell got the builder's license?
James, I do not have time for you today. He probably does, though. If he doesn't after all this time on television, then my God. But
Oh, he did say that Trish wasn't as attractive as she is now. Then what the hell did Trish look like? She don't look like she would look like anything different. Maybe maybe her hair may have been different, but
think back to her sister, she might have.
oh. Mm. Well, okay. Back to Martell and the builder's license. So I'm just saying, I think I think Martell tired of us, YouTubers that reviewed and recapped the show. I think he tired of us talking about he ain't got no builder's license. I think Martell ain't got the builder's license. So those of y'all, No, he would have been bragging about it. You okay? So y'all don't think he has the builder's license? I don't know. I'm trying to give Martell the benefit of the doubt. I really am. I'm trying to be like Martell got the builder's license because I want him to get the builder's license. I want him to succeed because that's a black man. At the end of the day, I want all black men to succeed. So I hope he got the builder's license. Martell, you even got this builder's license, and you promising these people you can build them a home and shit. I need to know who your pawn is that you using the license of to build this home and what's in it for him when you build this home. Because I can't stand men who do that shit, that be cheating the system and shit. You ain't got your own shit, but you gonna work under somebody who do got their shit and try to cheat. I know how that shit works. I do. I know how that shit works. So yes, I don't know, but I'm gonna take it. I feel like he got the builder's license. I do. I'm just gonna be positive here. But so they go back to the men and everything. And I forget what happened. I forgot what happened already because my mom over there distracted me again. But yeah, we all want Martell to get the builder's license. We do. We all want Martell to get the builder's license and everything. And I feel like Martell also, I forgot to mention. That's what I was missing. Martell was also talking about, he's very close with Destiny, and he doesn't know if he really can sell Sonny and Moses a house. And once again, if Destiny was really your friend. And Destiny wasn't even tripping when he mentioned Destiny was like, yeah, well, we're gonna share that commission. She was over there hustling them. So I feel like she really wouldn't trip if Martell were to sell them a house. But does Martell have a real estate license too? How does this work? I'm trying to understand because in Phoenix it don't work like that. A builder can't come out of nowhere and say, hey, I'm gonna sell you a house. It doesn't work like that. So does he have a real estate license too, or is he using Chris Fletcher and he builds it, Chris sells it kind of situation? I'm trying to figure that out. So, I don't know. But he's saying that, when it comes to Destiny's loyalty is with Destiny and Chris sells. That's what I figured. I figured he probably builds it and Chris sells it. And he probably takes them back in, which to me, I kind of feel like that's not how that's going to work for me. That's a bad business practice. Is there anything else you want to add before I end the live?
No, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed too. If there's anything else y'all I missed y'all, I'm sorry. This was a funny episode for me. But Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's starting off slow. It really is. I'm hoping we pick up next episode. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to see Marquez back because the conversation I wanted to mention the conversation about Marceau mentioning that, but I want to see how this plays out. I do because something about this isn't right. Even though Ken did step it up. But mind you, Ken has free money from what I understand of this. So I'm just kind of like, let me see how this plays out with Ken, Trisha, and Marquez. And then I'll reserve that opinion later. Because something about that ain't right. But y'all, thank you for joining us. I appreciate everyone here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, HK. I love you. I know Shayna was in here earlier, and I believe Maya was in here too for a little bit. But I thank you guys once again. We have fun. I will be back here tomorrow for Real Housewives of Potomac on my channel. Don't miss it. And it will be also on Mrs. Best channel for Queen's Court. So y'all don't want to miss that either because we go in on Queen's Court. If y'all want to catch up, go to Mrs. Best channel. She has it in category of TV shows we recap, and Queen's Court is one of them. So make sure you catch up before you catch our recap. And I will see you guys on my next recap for Real Housewives of Potomac. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you soon.